everyone, so welcome back to another video. So before we get started with this video, I want you to remember, if you haven't watched the video, when I converted to Islam, I just discussed about the challenges that I had. I mentioned in that video that one of the struggles or the challenges that I had was wearing my hijab. In this video, I'll be talking about problems that I had wearing my hijab before and currently still having an issue. But anyways, if one of these problems relate to you and you fixed it or you have a solution to it, please let me know. And if any other issues that you went through that I don't mention, just comment down below. And I probably did go through it, I just didn't mention it. So yeah, so let's get started. So in my previous video, I have mentioned that wearing pins was a problem for me because I didn't like how it kept sticking out, and I just didn't feel secure when I was working with kids. Because there's one time that I was in the auditorium with the students and we started to play around, and while playing around, you know, dancing, whatever it is, my pin fell down. I didn't realize it during that time, and one of my students picked it up and told me, look what I found. Thank God they were second graders and they were well-behaved students. They didn't use it as a weapon. They didn't poke themselves with it. So thank God for that. And ever since that day, I just didn't want to wear pins anymore. Another thing was that while I was working and teaching the students, it was so hard to just like pretend my hijab is not there while it was sliding down. It was just terrible because I was teaching my students. I remember I was standing up, and I do a lot of movement while I teach, and the students as well does a lot of movement, and I felt my hijab gradually slipping. And I just didn't know if I should stop or fix it, and I didn't fix it at that time because it was going to kill our moment of learning. That was one of my issues that I had with the pins, wearing it on my hijab when I went to work. Obviously, I did not wear pins for my hijabs for a pretty long time, probably like 1 year or 2 years, but I haven't worn one until I remember feeling the jersey hijab. I loved it instantly, even though my hair is it's slippery and it still needs something to tie in it. So even with the jersey, I do wear magnetic pin, as you see right here from Hijab. But yeah, I had this for maybe like when it first came out. I took it. So when I first saw it, I think when I was on a website and I saw this online, and I was like, oh my god, let me see what it is. And so yeah, and then during that time, that's when I fell in love with this magnetic pin. And so when I started to wear these, I felt more secure. It is not I'm not constantly fixing my pins or my hijabs. The second problem was wearing an undercap. So obviously it was because of work. It was so difficult for me to wear undercaps, and it kept slipping down, and I honestly don't like distractions while I work. So the undercaps was a big distraction to me because it kept slipping down, and I just didn't want to fix it at that moment, and my hijab and my undercaps would fall down, and it was a big chaotic thing, and I just didn't want to fix it at that time because I'm teaching the students. So yeah, anyways, yeah, so that day I took off my undercap, didn't look back, didn't want to wear it anymore. The only thing that I'll say is that when it came to the summer, I do wear chiffons, and chiffons are thinner. So chiffons are thin, are a thin fabric, so you are able to see your hair through it. So it was a bit hard to wear the undercaps, but I literally didn't want to look the undercaps anymore. My chiffons, so I folded into 5 inches, so it does not see my hair at all. But yeah, and I used a darker color with the chiffons, and I also I have 2 types of chiffons. I don't know, it's one of them, it's a chiffon, but the material itself is it's not thick, it's not see-through. It's thin but not see-through either. So I love that one. So that was the most that I wore in the summer. But then with the chiffon itself, with the thinner fabric, I do wear it, just, you know, I have to fold it in order for me to wear it. As mentioned before, wearing the right hijab in the summer, that was a bit hard. I had to explore all the hijabs material to see which one is best during the summer. For me, chiffons are the best in the summer, so that's one thing. And it took me a while to kind of find out how to wear the chiffons instead of slipping down and whatnot. But yeah, I would say that jerseys are just too hot for me. Some people do wear it, but because I live in the city, in New York City, it gets so humid. Even with chiffons, it gets humid sometimes. So I do not wear jerseys at this time. I do not wear any other hijabs except for chiffons itself. As I said before, that with the chiffons, you know, you need to wear undercaps and pins in order for it to be stable. But before, I didn't wear any pins. I don't know how I made it stable, to be honest. I tied it up. I remember sometimes I just tied it up because I gave up of slipping, and I didn't want to wear undercaps in the summer, and because it would slip out when I was enjoying my time. So I just worked it out with layering my chiffon and just tying it to be stable more. 1 year later, when I found out about these magnets, I started to use them frequently and everything. I did lose one though, and so I only had one. When it comes to the summer, I honestly love the summer. I love to feel the sun, literally feel the sun in me. So like I like to feel the sun hitting my body, my hair, and everything. So I just don't want to feel kind of like my hair suffocating or any other way. So I do my best to kind of let my hair kind of have a breathable feeling or have a little heat by the sun, for the sun's UV lights to hit my hair. But yeah, so this is the thing that I do still want to enjoy and love summer. So I try my best to have the comfortable and breathable clothes and as well comfortable and breathable hijabs. So number 4 is putting my hair in a bun for a long period of time. So before I converted to Islam, I never had my hair in a bun. I barely had it in a ponytail, so it was always loose. That was me. I loved everything very comfortable in my body, so I just didn't like the tightness of a bun. I didn't like the tightness of a ponytail either, so everything was always like something loose on for my hair. So every hairstyle had to be kind of loose for me because I just didn't feel comfortable. Anyways, so when I converted to Islam, I had to put my hair in a bun, obviously, to wear my hijab because my hair was very long. Well, for me, I didn't know that wearing a bun for a long period of time causes headaches. In the beginning, I thought, oh, I just have to get used to it. 1 year passed and I'm still getting a little bit of headaches, a little bit less than usual, but still. And I just couldn't deal with it until the second year. Until the second year, I was like, this is just so uncomfortable, So when I was working in the school for more than 5 hours, my head started to throb so much. I started to have the worst headaches ever. My whole front felt like the tension. My back just felt heavy. Everything, my whole head felt heavy, and I didn't like the feeling because it would make me feel cranky. And I was with students, and it was just terrible that I just decided at the end that I'm just going to cut it. So I cut my hair shoulder length, and when I wore the bun afterwards, I put my hair in a bun, but I didn't put in a tight bun. Obviously, I put in a loose bun, but I tied it like 2 times, and literally I could wear the bun for like 8 hours, 10 hours now with no headaches. And well, that was my solution. That was my solution to not have headaches, from wearing a bun. And so for me, I gave it up for my comfort, to be honest. Like, I love long hair, but I gave it up for my comfort to wear the hijab. And honestly, like, I don't regret it. Because honest, for me, hair is hair, it grows back. And I just didn't like the fact that I kept having headaches, and again, it was like a distraction, and it wasn't comfortable for me at all. So I just, gave up my long hair. And honestly, I don't think I will go back having my long hair, because I did not like the headache of it. Unless I stop working and stay home, then I might just consider to grow back my hair. But yeah, for as of right now, I don't want to have my long hair. And so we're up to 5. And so when I had my long hair, so I didn't like it whenever whenever you put your head back towards the car seat, you're not able to, because the bun is there. So sitting down comfortably, you cannot, and you have to have your head straight all the time. And it was just a struggle for me, because as being comfortable as I couldn't. And honestly, like, that's another reason why I cut my hair too. So whenever I have those long drives with my husband, I love to put my head back down and just relax. But with the bun being there, I wasn't able to. So yeah, I eventually cut it, and really don't have a big bun, so I could just lay my head back on the car seat, and that's it, and be comfortable. Number 6. So this problem is currently still going on, but before we start the problem, I just want you to know that before I converted to Islam, obviously I didn't wear hijab, and I didn't dress modest. So but yeah, so I enjoyed the summer, wearing shorts, wearing tank tops, whatever it was that I wore that day. So I always received my vitamin D through the sun. So now, because I'm not exposed to the sun so much, I have vitamin D deficiency. So I'm not sure if some of you are dealing with this, but if you are, let me know, and let me know what you do, because I tried everything. I literally have tried everything. I spoke to my doctor about it. Like, I know why it happened, because I'm not exposing my body to the sun so much. So I remember the beginning of this, I started to lose a lot of hair, and whenever I combed it or run my fingers through it, it just came out a bunch, like 2 handful. And when I did a blood work, my doctor starts diagnosed me with a vitamin D deficiency, and I had a very low, and she gave me supplements. After I finished my supplements, I did go back to do another blood work, and my vitamin D was good. So I went ahead and got 4,000 UI over the counter pills, vitamin D pills. After, I also took cod liver oil pills to see if it would work, and no, it did not. Every 3 months I go and check my vitamin D, and I don't have a successful high vitamin D or normal vitamin D levels. So I'm still kind of currently going through the vitamin deficiency, and recently that my doctor is giving me a prescribed vitamin D 5,000 UI pill to take. So we'll see if that works, and we're going to continue with that plan for 3 months, and then after we'll see if my vitamin D got better, and if not, then we are going to find a different way as well. So I've been trying to eat as healthy as much, trying to get my vitamin D, but my doctor told me that the way you get the best vitamin D is through the sun, and she understands that I'm not able to, but she said it's more difficult in the city, obviously, because we're living inside and we barely go out now. But I keep going back to low vitamin D deficiency, and it is a bit hard because I don't have a private land. I live in an apartment, and I don't have a private land that I could just be in my own backyard and just, be free. And to give my body some of those sunlight. So I don't have that privacy in the city, and it sucks. So I'm depending on supplements. However, the supplements, some works for a certain time, then it just stops working for me. And like, I don't want my body to be dependent on supplements. That's the thing that I just don't want to continue. Like, I want to find other ways, and I've spoke to my doctor about it, and we have a new plan. However, we'll see if it works, and then afterwards, if that doesn't work, we'll try a different alternative and whatnot, because I literally don't want my body to be dependent on supplements. My body was never really dependent on supplements, and yeah, I know the struggle. We were diagnosed with vitamin D deficiency, and obviously have got rid of it and found a way. Let me know so I could as well speak to my doctor to see if that plan is suitable for me, and yeah, I will be grateful. But yeah, so those are the 6 things that I've dealt with and are still dealing with some of them. So yeah, and if you have any other problems that you've experienced wearing the hijab, let me know. Probably I've had as well experienced it, but just didn't mention it in this video. Thank you all for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Bye.